Yo, what is good, guys? It is I, Professor Legend, back here with another Dragon Ball Legend video for all of you. And today, the reveals and stuff for number 32 has ended a few hours ago, and we have done quite some interesting information. So let's jump right in. Let's go over the recap. So we have a new member in the reveal and stuff. Her name is Zuka, and she is part of the Dragon Ball Legends official global marketing team. And she has stated that she'll be appearing in future episodes, in future reveals and stuff, if I remember correctly. So do keep that in mind, just something there. Next up is just a recap of the Dragon Ball Saga campaign, the previous campaign we had for this campaign, for the movies campaign. So here we are. Just a recap of the Dragon Ball campaign. So first things first, minor change here. So now you can sort your. So apparently you can now sort titles in the order you want, from the order you received, to find what you're looking for. Which, to be fair, in my opinion, wouldn't really change me in the slightest, because, to be fair, you still get stat boosts even if they're not on display. So, it doesn't really change for me, but if it benefits you, then good for you. But it doesn't really affect me in the slightest. So, minor change, nothing too much for that. Another one is in your gift box. You can now see which guild member you see cheering you on and giving you your energy. So now you know who cheered you on, basically, which is, to be fair, nice to have. So let's go on to the next one. Godly rank for equipment. Now I know what you're all saying. Is this a new kind of equipment? No, as you see here, it's just a visual change. Long story short, it's just a visual change. Nothing changes too much from it. And it'll be the new highest rank in the game, above Z+. And no effects will change it, it's just how it looks. So basically, if your equipment is near perfect, basically if your equipment is near max stats across the board, then the godly rank will be displayed on that equipment. And it will apply to any pre-existing equipment you also have. So having some gold equipment in your box will be nice, so you can, you know, have a bit of a boast to your fellow friends, or your fellow guildmates, for example. But yeah, just a visual change, nothing else. So they did refer back during the 5th anniversary, if I recall, that they are going to add some sort of ability, such as for Legends Limited characters. So these are now called limited Z abilities, which apply to the entire team. As long as they're limit broken 6 stars, and they're for a specific attack. So, for example, this Gohan right here, his limited Z ability could potentially be Hybrid Saiyans, for example. He'd be Hybrid Saiyans, or Sun Family. One of the two. And it affects all stats across the board, excluding health, key recovery, critical advantage restore speed. So, just a recap of what we've done so far. We got the free-to-play Tapion and Zenkai for Green Super GOGETA. This Gogeta is actually quite good, and so is Tapir. Now then, for the main event, I'll just let this play. So yeah, as you saw there, that was the reveal for Ultra Super Janemba. That is right, Ultra Super Janemba is coming to the game tomorrow. So here are the abilities. I'll probably do that later on. So let's do the other stuff first. So we now have a World Challenge raid against Super Gogeta. Obviously, Super Janemba is going to be the main battle bonus unit for the event. And as always, you can get Chrono Crystals, Legends into Z Power, and Slot Removers. We now have a new event called The Films Strike Back, which is basically an event that requires you to have certain characters and have to be limit broken to a certain amount of stars in order to participate in these battles. And if I remember correctly, I think it's 3 stars, then 8 stars, then 14 stars. If I remember correctly. Then next up, then you get 600 Chrono Crystals and 60 slot removers if you clear every single stage. Next up, we have the Zenkai Awakening for the Red Super Janemba. So obviously last week the Green Super Gogeta got a Zenkai Awakening, and now we have confirmation that the Red Super Janemba is getting his Zenkai Awakening as well. So nice to have. Good to know. And it appears that his Zenkai ability is going to be Red movie characters. So Zenkai ability is going to be Red and episode sagas from the movies. Just like how Super Gogeta's Zenkai ability is Green movie characters, this Janemba's Zenkai ability is going to be Red movie characters. And then we have a new unique equipment out that is designed for blue regen characters. Blue regen characters, so Elf Kid Boo, the Ultra Janemba that we saw. Not sure who else really. Maybe Slug? Nah, Slug's trash. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, yeah. So now the Dragon Ball Legends official website has updated to add the abilities of Ultra Super Janemba. Let's jump right in. So here we are. Alright, so main ability, draw the ultimate art card Needle Light Shockwave next. That's restores 30% health and 50 ki, cancel zone attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, gain Gain action upgrade minus 30% to enemy sustained damage count effects. Sustained counts. Destroy the enemy's hand. And 25 time counts minus their levels. As always, for every character that possesses an ult. The ability at level 4 is 5% to ultimate and awaken damage inflicted by regen and 42% regen or episode sagas from the movies. Base strike attack and blast defense during battle. His ultra ability is reliant on regen characters. So yeah, his strike card is an armored strike card, so he has blast armor on the strike. So, okay. Attack your opponents without fear of incoming blast attacks with Super Janemba's blast armor. And has a 30% chance to inflict extreme bleed. Blast every time he lands it causes the enemy to receive 10% more damage for 15 counts. Blue card is a forward charging blue and inflicts extreme bleed. Guaranteed extreme bleed. Massive slice damage. 40% blue card damage by time counts on activation. Causes the enemy to receive 20% more damage for 15 time counts on hit. Seals green cards, and they cannot be used for 10 counts. That's going to be annoying. So the green card. Green card. It's most likely a stop time event by the looks of things. It's a stop time by the looks of things. So with both clear recovery and card draw effect. Okay, so draw strike card next. Get 50 key. 20% to strike damage for 10 counts. Plus actively upgrade shortens sub count by 2. Self for 10 counts, cannot be stacked. Reduces enemy key by 50 and reduces enemies Dragon Balls by 1. Ult deals supreme slice damage. Plus 1 effects upon activation. 20% ultimate damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, activates twice. Nullifies endurance. 1 effects occur on hit. Reduces enemy key by 60 and inflicts all enemies with extreme bleed. Okay. So, unique ability number 1. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Charges own unique gauge by 100%. 150% damage inflicted. 7% damage reduction, card draw speed, arts cost reduction, and gradually restoring health every time it counts. All of which are permanent and cannot be cancelled. And he has the buff effect, nullifies enemies' reduced key effects for 60 timer counts. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Enemy draws 1 new card with down 3 or fewer. 30 key. Inflicts all enemies with 50% damage received. Increases strike and blast arts cost by 5. Increases special move arts cost by 10. And reduces health restoration by 30% for 50 timer counts. Also applies following effects itself if there is a defeated battle member. Charges unique gauge by 100%, activates once. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. And he goes time neutral for 5 counts. Applies following effects itself every time this character uses a strike or blast dance card. Restores health by 3%. And restores T by 10. 20% damage for 10 counts. Nullify cover change for 5 counts, activates once, and it resets after character switch. So unique ability number 2 is a cover change against blast darts, knocks the enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their blast darts attack. Activates during assists, and obviously you change blue, as with every cover change you're able to perform. Well, most cover changes at least. Gradually charges own unique gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. Gradually charges own unique gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. While this character is in one of the following states, if own unique gauge is full, consumes the entire unique gauge to counter enemy strike arts and most forward charging and other special move and special arts. Excluding ult, so I guess it doesn't include ults, so okay, so it's basically the melee version of Ultra Gogeta Blue's counter, and Ultra Gogeta Blue's counter is countering against range attacks. Janemba's one is basically the melee version of that, the melee version. Obviously, you start moving or standing still, sidestepping left or right, or receiving an attack, and also you can change it with the blue or ult. Fast form effect itself, when counter activates, randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws the ultimate arts card Needle Light Shockwave next. Activates once. Restores health by 20%, speed by 50, full vanish, and goes type neutral defensively for 15 counts, and gets card draw speed 15 counts. Foreign effects occur when the enemy activates an ultimate art, awakened arts, or rising rush while this character is on the battlefield. Restores ally health by 10%, activates once, shortens allied sub count by 10, cancels enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects which only activate once. Okay. So, if I recall correctly, he is blue, so yeah, if I recall correctly, he's a blue. Yeah, he's blue. Turns out Transform Warrior, regen, powerful opponent, and this episode is Sagas from the movies. So there are some ways you can play around it, but yeah. But I can see that this Janemba was specifically designed to try and counter Ultra Vegito Blue. Who, to be fair, is terrorizing meta with Goku and Frieza. So this Janemba being designed to counter Ultra Vegito Blue could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how it affects the meta. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, Ultra Super Janemba is coming, pretty much designed to counter Ultra Vegito Blue. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And that being said, I will see you all next time. Have a great day. Game on. This is Professor Legends. Over and out.